Werewolves, those dreadful creatures, are the source of many horror stories. On the big screen, plays, books, and folktales. Those creatures are the very embodiment of the ferocious side of Mother Nature, the side which would let bodies shredded in the morning, deserted villages, and butchered cattle. Today, rather than arguing about the existence of such creatures, I will try to explain why every culture have, in a way or another, a creature similar to werewolf. Welcome to World of Monsters. I am Shelvs from HOTpencil. If you are interested in seeing my artwork, go check out my YouTube channel. I have a comment pinned down under the video. Just press it and check out my content. Really cool stuff. In the modern world, we are more connected than ever, and guns are the days where human settlement will be cut from the rest of the world by the wild, forests and jungles. We no longer have to venture into the wild to hunt. We have McDonald's, we have Burger Kings, we have reality TV, and we mostly have conquered Mother Nature itself. But if we go back a couple of hundred years, we would be terrified of Mother Nature. When settlements would be surrounded by the woods, the wild, and the wildlife wasn't kind at all. There were so many horror stories of how harsh the wildlife and nature was toward the early men. For example, someday, let's just say you are hunters. Someday you will go out to hunt, and it will be fine. And then there would be a day where you go out to hunt and a bear attack you, or a pack of wolves attack you, and you never come back home. Your family is just sitting there wondering what happened to you. In the end, when men cannot find a normal explanation for what happened to you, they'll start making stories. Because every time you go to hunt, you might be a bragger and you'll be saying about how you killed 3 wolves with 1 arrow and stuff like that. Your family to them, it would be impossible for a creature out of this world to be the culprit for your death or demise. It has to be a magical creature. So they would invent stories. They will start by saying, before you go out and before you disappeared, they saw a black cat walking by. It might be a usual, it might have happened, or it might have never happened, or that black cat, it might just be, a normal cat. They would even say, well, around that time when he went out and he was trying to hunt, it was midnight, and I heard a wolf howling. In addition to that, if it is not your family making those kind of stories, and it's someone you were with when you got attacked by this animal, or nature just turned around and says, "Not today, son," yeah, you yourself, you might be making stories. When animal attacks happen, your instinct kick in, and you can barely make sense of what you're seeing. You have one thing on your mind: get out of harm's way and get to a place secured. Was it a brown bear which attacked you? You might not even know. You might even be able to clearly differentiate what attacked you from the rest of the world. All you want to do is get away from whatever is attacking you when you're in pain or something like that. And if you have somebody who's with you, they might be in shock too. And to them, they would see things that might not actually have happened. I'm not saying they did not happen, but most likely they didn't happen. You would see people say things like, I was in the wild, a creature attacked me and my friend," or something like that. "A creature said my name," or "that creature moved like no other creatures I've ever seen before." This is shock. This is most likely going to be shock. And in the past, early humans, we were in situations where we would receive the most trauma. In conclusion to this first part of the video, I think trauma, plus some harsh condition of our ancestors' lives, are the root of the myth of those creatures, such as werewolf, mermaid, and minotaurs. To get more information on how those certain myths came into being, check out a really good documentary on Netflix, which is called Myth and Monsters. I really recommend it. If you guys are a monster buff, go check it out. It's really entertaining and really well made. Go check it out. The other aspect of werewolves that I really want to touch upon, or for that matter, any anthropomorphic creature, is the fact that it's always a mixture of between a man and whatever dangerous or creature or animal is roaming the native land where the myth originated. You got the tiger man in Asia, you got the wolf man for Europe, you got the hyena man for Africa, and you have the dog man for Haiti, and you also have crocodile man for Egypt and stuff like that. Which brings me back to the first argument I have before, that most of those creatures you guys have been hearing horror stories about and you have come into love with were created to explain things that happened to our ancestors when Mother Nature decided it had enough. Those myths are there to explain things that would leave men speechless or awake at night. Does that mean werewolves does not exist? Not necessarily, but I'm certain I'm not gonna go to the wild looking for one. Hold on. Give me. Oh, somebody's knocking at the door at these freaking hours. Oh look, a full moon. All right, give me a second, folks. I gotta answer the door. Oh my God. Scratch this, folks. I think some of our ancestors really did encounter those werewolves. And I'm not saying this because I'm standing in front of one and it's looking at me and threatening me. Where's my shotgun when I need it?